Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for assembling today to discuss some very important issues with the panelists, some of the biggest experts in Japan on architecture, engineering, landscaping, you name it. And then Mr. Takashi Moriyama, architect, and our trusty interpreter, Ms. Takako Takamatsu.
You said that this, flammable membrane was a problem. Are there other materials that could be used and this design still be kept? In other words, materials that would not violate the fire laws of Japan. And secondly, since this is a violation of the fire laws of Japan, are we to understand that the decision to choose Ms. Hadid's design completely overlook the possibility that laws such as fire laws might be violated?
まず最初のその材料がですね、あるのかということについて言いますと、屋根を開放したりしつつ、光も通して芝生も育てて、音も外に漏れないでっていう今回の全要望も満たす素材はありません。
First of all, in regard to having a roof material that could be used that would allow for example, it to be closed, but still allow enough sunlight to be able to come in so that the turf would grow and still be able to shut out sound. There is no such material that could be used.
ですから今回の基本計画の提出されている方法が本当に苦肉の策の多分最善の方法です。それが消防法にちょっと抵触する可能性がある。
However, in trying to meet all of these requirements, the basic design plan people put together what they could consider to be the only possible way to meet these design needs. But unfortunately, the result that they came up with goes against the fire laws.
で次にこうなった事態については先ほど、今回のコンペの審査委員長の安藤忠雄さんの件ありましたけども、僕個人的には彼にものすごい責任があると思っています。
And in regard to your next point about the process by which the design was chosen, in other words, there was a previous question about the jury committee and Mr. Ando's responsibility. I personally have felt very strongly that Mr. Ando bears tremendous responsibility for this current issue.
その理由の一つが審査の前に、募集要項等を作ってるんですけども、その中の有識者会議の中における建築会のメンバーがやはり安藤さんでした。でコンペを選択する時の中心的な人物も安藤忠雄さん、それで今現在、基本設計の承認をする有識者会議の中における唯一の建築系の有識者が安藤忠雄さんです。
There are several reasons for this. Even before the actual competition was held, in regard to the selection of the jury committee members, Mr. Ando played a very, very important role. He played a very important role in the actual competition, the judging process. And in regard to the current basic design plan that has been decided, in regard to the advisory committee that was assigned to overlook this process, he is the only member with an architectural background.
ですから本来でしたら彼はこの建物に関することに関しての決定についての責任は非常にありますし、それを建築業界の中では本来、そのことについて意見を求めたり、話し合いを持ったりしなければならないと思うんですが、今のところ、彼がそれに全く応じてないということを聞いています。
So, summarizing, as I've mentioned before, I think bears a tremendous responsibility for the events leading up to the choice of this building design having been chosen. And in addition, because he was the bearer of such responsibility, he should have taken the initiative and spoken with many, many people in the architectural world to discuss possible concerns, etc. And to the best of my understanding, he has not taken any steps to do so.
でただ安藤忠雄さんは公明ゆえにその退任を仰せつかっているとは思うんですけれども、本来安藤さんは美術館とかですね、そういう芸術的なタイプの仕事が得意な方で、これだけの機能が詰まった大規模施設とか、あとは例えば大勢の人が出入りする駅だとか、そういった機能的なことが非常に要求される空間については本来は得意な方じゃないんですね。ただその方が今回審査委員長なりそういう有識者会議の長になってしまったことも今回のいろんなことになってしまった原因の一つではないかと思っています。
But I also believe that there are some things that perhaps made things difficult for Mr. Ando. Of course, he's a very, very famous and highly renowned architect. However, his primary experience in the architectural world has been in the design of artistic or art-related buildings such as museums, etc. This is a very, very different project. It is, as has been mentioned repeatedly, a very, very large-scale project requiring many functions to be fulfilled by that building. It is a kind of project that he has not had much experience in. For example, people who have, for example, design large railway stations, which are used by tremendous amounts of people, which have multiple functions that need to be fulfilled. A person with that kind of experience might have responded in a different way, but having Mr. Ando, with his specific background, put in a position of being the head of the jury committee and the head of the advisory council, perhaps was the reason that so many different problems arose.
ただ、その安藤忠雄さんの業績っていうのは非常に大きな方ですから、だからこそ日本の建築家の業界を挙げてこの問題には真剣に取り組む必要があると僕は思っています。
Having said all of this, however, we certainly recognize that Mr. Ando has an illustrious and very great, famous background. He's had a wonderful career, and because he does hold such an illustrious position in the architectural world in Japan, I think it is a responsibility of the rest of the architectural world in Japan to try to stand up and voice their concerns and solve this very serious problem. Thank you.
Okay. I'm afraid that